Hello everyone, Chrisa is here, and today it's going to be a combo for forward and back ochos. So, as I usually do, it is it builds. This video builds on what we did the past 2 weeks, and I will be sending you those videos as well, so you don't have to search around. But have in mind that if something doesn't work, take a moment, pause, maybe go to the video that focuses on that matter. So if you're feeling uncomfortable in the hips, how they turn, or if you're not sure how the body turns, go back to that video, revisit that video, and leave this one for maybe tomorrow or the day after. So find your weak points and your strong points, enhance your strong points, and see how they can help you with the weaker points. Yeah, here we go. Forward and back ochos, a few embellishments here and there. And as per usual, waiting for the traffic to go by. And as per usual, if you have any questions, any trouble, any concerns, send me an email and I'll get back to you with extra tips and goodies to help you out. So, with no further ado, here we go. We're going to be starting with gentle side bends, just to get our spine a little bit more active and warmed up. And what will help you here is not to set yourself to arrive in a specific position, but to trust that your body knows how to move from side to side gently, and more think about your breath and rely on your breath. As you go to one side, you exhale, and as you come back into center, you inhale. So inhale anytime you want to come back up. And then we're going to go for spinal rolls to create a nice gentle wave. There we go. So start small. I know you might be able to do bigger rolls, but when we're starting and say you haven't moved all day, and maybe this is you're 10 minutes off your desk, so you want to give yourself a little bit of time to get prepared for it. So start from the top of the spine, which is our head, and into the center, into the lower back, and all the way down to the tail. So slowly you start building on this wave and see if you can make it bigger like I'm doing, or if you need to keep it nice and small and gentle. And again, have a nice gentle breath to follow. We're going to take our last wave here into center, and then almost put the two together, cross the arms, and do nice big circles to one side. And we want to think as if we are connecting the dots and going from the side bend into the forward fold, into a back fold, and back again. So remember to reverse to the other side, and again try to notice if there are any differences between one side and the other, or between the front and the back of the body that you need to pay attention to, and try to get this info into what's coming next. So we're going to have a nice wide stance, and we're going to start building up a spiral from our feet all the way into our hips, all the way into the body, and into the arm and the hand. So the arm and the hand are the last things to reach, to extend, and the first ones to start that folding. Yep, there we go. That's it. And so what we want to use from the exercises before, you can see it here. There is a little bit of a side bend, there is a little bit of an extension, and there is a little bit of a curve as you're passing through the center. So if you felt any tension by doing your circles before on one side or the other, or doing your extensions or your folds, try to notice it here too and be aware of it. And now, hips. Start with just moving the hips in a circular way. As you will see, I'm gently speeding up, but also I'm releasing of any tension. Pay attention to how the movement is becoming more flowy, starting from the base all the way up into the hands. So if you need to see this again, this is your time to go back to the beginning of this exercise. Notice how it was a little bit stiff and how it is a lot more relaxed now in the end. And upper body. We're covering everything today. This is from our previous video with a nice gentle pull onto an elastic band or a scarf. You're going from side to side. But notice how the coordination between the upper and the lower body changes as we go. Now I'm doing same arm, same leg, but I'm gonna change that coordination and I'm gonna be going opposite. Yeah. The most important thing here is to find the tempo and to be very much aware of how much pressure you are creating with a band. This oftentimes happens when we are leading on, when we are following our ochos. We put so much tension in the hands trying to make sure that we stay connected with our partner that there is a disconnect between the upper body and the lower body. The message is not getting through from the arms, from the upper, all the way to the legs. So we need to generate extra energy to do the actual pivot. Or if you are a leader, you need to generate extra energy to lead that pivot and do your own steps. So you want to find a gentle pull on the band that allows you to lead those little twists without losing the connection with the legs. So don't overdo it, and don't just have the arms flowing around, and feel that weight of the lower arm taking you down. And then as it switches and it turns to becoming an upper arm, feel that transition in your body. Notice when it is happening and how it affects your twist and your legs. And here we go. Right into our walks with a little bit of an embellishment. It is a circular one with a cross. So the reason I did it is because I very oftenly do both of these embellishments. I often do circles and crosses, but at the same time, it is a little bit of a challenge, an interesting challenge, to have a linear action, which is our steps forward and back, in combination with a circular action that is our embellishment. So this is why I chose this one. You can definitely choose a different one if you want, but I would suggest you find one that covers the same criterion, meaning it's circular, so it can challenge you with that transition from the linear activity of a step. Notice also how my hips are responding and how my upper body is responding. Very oftenly we create tension to try to keep everything square. Avoid that. Allow for the body to support the action of the legs and feel the connection between what's happening at the bottom, what's happening at the top. And most of all, have fun. Have fun with it. And last but not least, ochos. So we start with small forward ochos, small meaning traveling. So you're not going to be going left and right, but you're going to be going more forward and then with your back ochos back. So you can go from corner to corner of your room and then reverse back. And here, sometimes I feel, at least for myself, because we're not having a partner, even if that partner was the wall, so we're not having a partner, we need to travel. It is a little bit more challenging than doing our ochos against the wall. So we need to be focused. We need to set our intention to moving forward or back, and think about the ocho when it is time. Actually, think about the pivot when it is time. So think about, or let your body remember the experience of that exercise with the elastic band, because the timing here, it is the same as the one in the exercise. So it will be very helpful detail to use. And the same thing with a cross. Again, it's an embellishment that I do quite often. That's one of the reasons I used it. But the second reason is I think it's one of the simplest embellishments that can help you with time. So notice how when I'm crossing, I'm also giving the lead to myself to start the pivot from the upper body. See, right here. So it can help you a lot with timing as well. Along with balance and a little bit more clear understanding, let's put it that way, of how the hips should be moving during the ocho, and of course how that movement is connected with the upper body. So we're always looking for a collaboration, for understanding the collaboration between the upper and the lower body, instead of tensing and holding one part in place, trying to make the other part work individually. Think of the body as a big whole system that works better if the different parts, the little systems of it, work together.